Hello, everybody. Hello. Phil Chenevert here with Why Do We Say That? Today is September, I think it's the 25th, something like that. Whatever. It's in the late September 2022. This is an ice cream sandwich. These are wonderful. By the way, sandwich, of course, is named after the Earl sandwich. Well, I'll tell you that in another episode where we get the word sandwich. But today we're talking about on the nose. On the nose. We say that when we are we do something right on the button. Like say, I made that prediction for the third quarter earnings right on the nose, or whatever you can say. I did it right on the nose means it was good, right on the button. Another name for nose. So where did they come from? On the nose, which is a very useful phrase, and I bet you have used it in your life, and I have too. By the way, don't put mayo on these. No. um, Mayonnaise, another word that's interesting, comes from the port of Mahon. But let's get back to on the nose. I told you I have ADD, don't you? Yeah, my mind goes all over. So, in the early days of radio broadcasting, this was a new thing. People had a studio, and they would get the actors. Let's say they were doing a little skit, or they were singing songs, and the programming was very closely monitored. The program director would sit behind this one, not the one, behind a big mirror, watching everything, and he could see the time running across the frame there. In other words, if they were playing a skit and it was running way too long, he would give him a signal, and he would say, just throw it away, go on to the next segment. He would do like that, which meant they would just drop the skit and say, and now, word from our sponsor. Now, one of the signals that they wanted to get was on the nose, which meant that it was on the button. Now, the performers, had to not only read their script, act out, and yet watch this program director, engineer, kind of in the mirror at all times to see what they were doing, because he was kind of directing the whole program. When they were on the button, when the time was, they were on the nose. When the time was right, the program was running right according to where it should be. He would go like that, on the nose. If it was, let's say, if there was a skit going on or something, and it was running. Let's say they were early, he would go like that. They would say stretch it out, so they would stretch it a little more. And so these words and the phrase on the nose comes from that. Now, another gesture that we got from the radio program is when everything is going right. He would also monitor the volume. How is it going out of the air? How is it sounding to the people? Everything, he monitored everything. If everything was right, he would go like this. He'd put his thumb and his forefinger together and go like that, which was, the performers loved that because that meant everything was cool. They didn't have to speed up, slow down, throw out a script, or anything else. So that's where that comes from, and your life should be on the nose, just like my life is. On the nose. I predicted I was going to do this program 10 minutes ago. And by the way, here I am doing it. Hot damn. See y'all later, folks. Remember, be sweet or stay sweet.